Okafor Somtochukwu, the third son of John Okafor and the fourth child of John Okafor. I came across a video this morning of my stepmother Stella Maris Okafor asking for financial help.
This is the family of late Mr. Ibu. They are donating for the children to go back to school, for their house rent to be paid, and for what again? For their lights.
I decided to do this video today because this her character is becoming a slap to the rest of my dad's children and family. This is a woman that my dad died and left a lot of properties and things for all his children, but she chose to take everything for herself and her children. My father's property, his house in Lagos, she sold the house for 60 million. She didn't bother to reach out to any of his children or anything. And even when I called her, asking her for money for my wife, she told me she doesn't have. She didn't even reply some of my messages. She didn't pick my call. His house in Enugu, she sold it for about 17 million. She sent just 40,000 naira to me, telling me that she's just dashing me the money. It was later I found out that she sold the house in Enugu for 17 million. Then my father also had a property in Asaba. She sold it for 11 million. She didn't give me anything. The money in the bank, 60 million, one that Nigerians contributed for my dad when he was sick, 66 million. She ate everything alone. At the point of my father's death, my father called me all the way from Delta State to Lagos to come and see me and told her to do this and that, to take care of me, pay for my wife and all of that. And she failed to do it. She cut me totally off from my father's properties and assets. At a particular time, I was unable to reach her. And even up to date, I've been unable to collect my WAEC results because I'm still in school fees. And they said until I pay the school fees before I'll be able to collect my results. And this same woman that cut me off an area of my father's children is coming out now crying, asking for financial help and saying she's the victim. I just came out to do this video for the whole world to see who is the actual victim between me and her that ate all my father's money and properties. Because if I continue to keep quiet and at everything she's saying, my father in the grave will not be happy.
Have you people noticed that even after death, some celebrities still don't seem to rest in peace because of the drama they left behind? Just when many Nigerians thought the controversy surrounding the late Nollywood legend Mr. Ibu had finally died down, another family dispute has exploded online. This time, it's one of his sons publicly calling out his stepmother Stella Maris. If you've been on social media recently, you may have seen a viral video where Stella Maris and her children appealed to Nigerians for financial assistance. They said they were struggling to pay house rent, school fees, and even basic living expenses. That video touched many hearts because people remembered how much Nigerians supported Mr. Ibu during his illness. But before many people could even decide whether to donate again, another video surfaced. Mr. Ibu's son came online with a completely different version of events. According to him, his father did not leave the family empty-handed. He alleged that Mr. Ibu left behind valuable properties that should have been enough to cater for all his children. He further alleged that Stella Maris sold several of those properties for tens of millions of naira and did not involve the other children in those decisions. He also claimed that millions of naira donated by Nigerians while Mr. Ibu was sick were spent without transparency. Now, I have to say this very clearly. These allegations made publicly by Mr. Ibu's son. Stella Maris has not publicly admitted to these claims, and they have not been proven in court. So we should be careful not to treat allegations as established facts. But whether these allegations are true or false, this situation teaches us something very important. One thing that always breaks my heart is seeing families begin fighting almost immediately after the death of a parent. Instead of mourning together, everybody start talking about houses, land, money, bank accounts, donations, and inheritance. Sadly, this is not the first time we've seen something like this. Even while Mr. Ibu was alive, Nigerians witnessed disagreements involving family members over donations made for his treatment. There were public accusations, police investigations, and counter-accusations. So the family has unfortunately been dealing with conflict for quite some time. Now, let me share my personal opinion. I honestly believe that many of these problems begin long before the man dies. When a man has children with different women, multiple households, and unclear arrangements about property and inheritance, the chances of conflict often become much higher. Of course, not every blended or polygamous family ends up fighting. There are families that manage these relationships peacefully. But when there is no clear estate planning, no written will, poor communication, or unresolved family issues, disputes it can become much more likely. That is why I always say that if you decide to have children, think carefully about the future you're creating for them. If you're married, protect your family. If you have children from different relationships, make proper legal arrangements. Write a will. Make your intentions clear while you're still alive. Don't leave your children fighting over your properties on social media. Nobody wins in situations like this. The children became divided. The widow becomes the target. The public becomes the judge. And the person's legacy is overshadowed by family drama. As for Stella Maris' appeal for financial help, I think many Nigerians are naturally asking questions because they remember how much support was given during Mr. Ibu's illness. And at the same time, we also don't know the family's complete financial situation today. So selling assets, if it happened, doesn't necessarily mean there is still money available years later and we don't have all the facts. Hopefully, if there are genuine misunderstandings, the family can resolve them privately instead of through social media. Mr. Ibu gave Nigerians laughter for decades. It would be a beautiful tribute to his memory if his family could find peace instead of continuing these public disputes. See, what do you think? Because if you ask me, all these things are unnecessary. Really mean. Stella Maris, a lot of people have been having laying accusations on her. You remember how what is the name? You remember how Jasmine came out not long ago? So if what this Mr. Ibu's son is saying about his father's wife is true, that means Jasmine was right when she was dragging her for spending money people were donating for Mr. Ibu recklessly when he was at the hospital. See, some widows had nothing left for them if they lose their husbands. But she was opportune to have lots in her custody, including some funds in millions. So coming online to play pity party doesn't make any sense. Because nowadays, a lot of women are now working so hard, even when their husbands are very rich. No woman wants to be on the receiving end now. They prepare you, set you up in business for them while they are even making their own money. You understand? So I will simply conclude that this Mr. Ibu's second wife, Stella, is just lazy or she does not want to know how to manage funds. In that case, Jasmine was right. You understand? I wish she could just step in and help those children, to be honest with you. But then, what do you guys think? Do you think this issue should have been brought to social media or shouldn't? Or do you think the family should settle everything behind closed doors? Let's just discuss these things respectfully in the comment section, okay?